Does wearing a knee brace or a knee support when you have knee pain help your knee or make it worse? So it actually, in a lot of cases, is not going to help you in the long run and can make it worse, but there are some exceptions. So in today's video, I'm going to share why/how wearing a knee brace can make knee pain worse or be worse for your joint in your knee, and what those exceptions are when it's actually a great idea to wear a knee brace and knee support. So hi, my name is Catherine. I'm the founder and principal therapist of LSM Clinic, a sport and remedial massage therapy clinic in East London. In this channel, I share information about how the body works and how you can take care of your muscles so that you can enjoy your favorite activities and live your life as close to pain-free as possible. So one of the things that we see a lot in clinic is that somebody will have a knee pain and they'll stick a knee brace on and then they're like, oh, I can go longer. I can keep going even though I have this pain. And then they keep going with their cycling or their walking or their running or their hiking or their football or whatever it is they do because they feel like the knee brace is taking away the pain. Unfortunately, unless you have an injury where there was soft tissue damage, a lot of knee pain has to do with compression of the joint, overcompensating muscles, or problems with alignment. And a knee brace doesn't actually fix those things. It can just kind of compress and lift a little bit to decrease the pain momentarily. But if you have compensation patterns, if you have poor alignment, if you have compression in that joint, and you're not addressing what's causing those things, all the knee brace does is allow you to carry on with less pain and less awareness of that. And unfortunately, what that can mean is that usually the pain will come back because usually we see people come in and they've been wearing a knee brace for a really long time and the knee brace has stopped working because, again, it was just kind of like plastering over what the problem actually was. And then it takes us a lot longer to fix it, to make it better, to help them, partly because the longer you do poor movement patterns, the harder it is to switch them back. It's much harder if you've run for 5 years with a poor execution or recruitment pattern than if you've run 1 year, right? Also, there's going to be a lot of tension in those compensating muscles that has just built up over time more and more, and that takes longer to get rid of. And unfortunately, over time, compression in the joint can cause problems in the joint. And this is mainly what we've seen from clinical experience and just I think what we know about physics and compression and friction over time. So the knee brace allowing you to go for longer where there's a problem can actually cause more damage in the knee. Now, I just want to clarify before I go into the exceptions. If you are working with someone who's seen you and assessed you and they've told you need a knee brace, I hope nothing I say is going to go against that. And the main reason is because, as with all my videos, this is for educational, informational purposes, right? It can give you some ideas about how you can work with your body. But when you're seeing a healthcare professional, they see you personally, they know your situation, they will know things about you that will mean that something applies to you that, I won't know because I don't know you when you're watching this. So this is just to say, if you have a physio or a doctor or someone saying, I want you to wear this knee brace, if you think based on this video that you should shift, talk to them instead of just going, oh yeah, I don't need a knee brace, so I'm going to do this. So let's talk about the exceptions to the knee brace thing. Number 1, recovering from an injury. As I've already said a couple of times, if you have an injury, like torn soft tissue, like damaged ligament, like the tissue needs to heal, then a knee brace is really great for stabilizing the joint and not allowing too much movement or an excessive amount of movement to allow things to heal. But this is under the assumption that you're not running with the knee brace on, right? You're using it to allow you to get around in your life as you heal, but not to put additional unnecessary strain on it. The second exception is if you have a structural problem like a ligament, or if you have hypermobility, or if you have a connective tissue disorder, supports can be really helpful in giving that extra stability that you're missing if there's structural damage in that support. Like if your ligament, I've had clients who had ACL tears, so they wore a knee support, or an MCL or an LCL sprain, so they wore a support because there was laxity there from that injury that they couldn't fix, right? Because really ligaments, as far as I know, as far as I've heard, you can't fix them without surgery, like to shorten them back up. If you have a connective tissue disorder, your connective tissue doesn't support your joints the way it should, and so strapping and taping and supports can be a lifesaver. So if you're in one of those categories, absolutely great idea to use a support. You should still be strengthening your supportive muscles so that there's not as much strain on the knee, but using that if you need it, especially if you talk to your doctor about it, is a great reason. So, number 3, if you are doing activities that put an incredible amount of strain on the joint, this can be something like if you're an Olympic weightlifter and you lift really heavy weights and you're pulling up these barbells with like so many kilograms on it. I'm not even going to say like 150, 200, 300. I don't know what you might lift if you're doing that. But having a support around the joint that evolutionarily hasn't had to deal with that much weight as part of its kind of evolutionary process, that's a great reason to wear a support to support those joints that are going to be doing like unnatural amounts of strain. And then 4th, and this is like the biggest caveated one, is if you are training for an event and you are having knee problems and you have to get your miles in, right? Because we all know the kind of physiological changes that happen when you are training for, say, a marathon or a long cycling or an Ironman or, whatever the event is. It's a timed event and you need to get the training in so that you get your VO2 max and your lactate threshold and everything where you want it to be, and your endurance, obviously. So in that case, yes, we would say you can wear a knee support to help you get through that training. But at the same time, you really need to be working with someone to kind of figure out why that knee pain is happening. Because if you just put a knee support on it and push through the training, you are setting yourself up for injury, right? That is a very real risk. But, we all know when you signed up for a big event, and it's important, especially if you're traveling and you spent a lot of money on it, you want to be able to go, you want to be able to do the training. So in those cases, we say, yep, use a support, use a joint support, use a knee brace, and we'll also work with you to try and figure out how we can address it before you actually have to go to the event. So hopefully this has given you some good information that you can think about how you want to take care of your knee, how you want to use a knee brace, if you want to use a knee brace. If you'd like some more information about how you can figure out why your knee is hurting, or do squats and lunges in a way that actually helps your knee instead of hurts, or see how your feet might be involved in your knee pain, that's what this playlist is for. The next one is the how your feet can be involved with your knee pain, and the one after that is the squats and lunges, or you can go back to earlier ones where we talk about other stuff. And if you like this kind of content, and I don't only talk about knees, I promise, but if you'd like this type of content, you can subscribe, share with anybody you know who might have knee pain. The playlist after this, we're going to be looking at stretching in detail. And if you'd like to be receiving these in your inbox, I also have a subscription below. And of course, if you need help with this and you live in East London, we would love to see you in the clinic. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.